It certainly looks like the ISIS attacks we've seen in the past. There have been at least nine Islamic State attacks involving automobiles in this way, particularly in Europe. These have become increasingly common. They're easy to get a hold of. They can affect a lot of people. Places like Nice and London. They've been very deadly. It's going to be really interesting to see what comes out of the Islamic State social media accounts. In general, they're pretty accurate with what they claim credit for. So we're going to be watching very closely to see if they claim credit for this attack, or if this was another lone wolf really acting by himself who doesn't even try to affiliate himself with that group. I think they've responded well. I don't think there's a local police department in the world, with the exception maybe of Israel, that is more practiced at dealing with these kind of events. After 9/11, the NYPD was leading out front in terms of integrating its own operations, its own force protection, and its own intelligence operations with those of other world countries, and even put liaison officers abroad. So I think the operational response is quite good. I think intelligence-wise, they are also going to be well tied into particularly the federal agencies, all of whom, like the FBI, have offices downtown in Manhattan. So I think you have to give them high marks for that. And I suspect that tonight's events, it's Halloween in the U.S., will continue as planned. The glory and pain of being a New Yorker is that virtually every week there's a huge social gathering with a lot of cultural significance in some sort of way. Halloween is a big night anywhere in the U.S., particularly in our biggest city. It is, as you point out, a little bit of a security nightmare. People are going to strangers' houses asking for candy. There's a ton of children in the street. This was one of the most vulnerable times that we could be attacked. If there are small miracles, it's that this attacker didn't mow down a whole bunch of small children. And with the amount of people in the street right now, you could have. So it was a particularly vulnerable target, a vulnerable night for Americans. And it wasn't as bad as it could have been, though it's, of course, terrible right now. Really, there's no operational point in carrying a fake gun. It really just will make people shoot you faster. We've seen the fake suicide belt before, as you point out, and that can have some operational advantages. People don't want to come near you. People flee from you. It causes chaos. Having a fake gun, cops are looking for firearms, for one thing, and secondly, they're just more likely to open fire on you. So I don't suspect we're going to see that again in the future. In the short term, in the immediate, 1 hour tactical environment, it was highly effective at inciting an additional degree of terror among the people who were directly interacting with the attacker.